My name is Woody Jallo. I was born in West Africa, a small country called Mauritania. I left there when I was 2 years old. My mother and I, we moved to another country called Guinea. I was living in Guinea till like the age of 8. And after that, my mother and I, we moved to America. I kind of knew it was because of the war, but to me the war was kind of normal because it was something that I was used to seeing every day. You know, I was used to seeing people fight every day. I was used to seeing people shoot every day. It was like a normal thing to me, you know. To someone else, they're probably living in a different country, it's a war, but to me it was just like everyday life for me, you know. But the one thing she did tell me before we moved, she told me we're moving to America for a better life. I realized I was undocumented when I was a senior in high school. When when it was time for everybody to apply for their colleges, and I saw my friends applying for all of these schools, and then I realized I couldn't do it. I went and spoke to my mom, and she break it down to me and told me the whole thing, and I was really, really mad. I almost gave up. I almost didn't graduate because of that, because I didn't want to go to school no more. But I went anyway, got my high school degree, and yeah. I got to New York. It was sort of, I did all of these applications. I did one for Brooklyn College, one for BMCC, and another one for Hunter. But same problem, I still couldn't get in. My brother told me about this school in BMCC, and I went and applied, and I got in. I was like really, really excited. I wanted to continue on, but I couldn't do it because I wanted to go to a 4-year school, but you needed your document for the 4-year school, so I was basically back to square one again. And unless I had the money to pay for the school, but if you don't have the money to pay for the school, you couldn't really get in. You have to apply for FAFSA, and in order to do that, you need a social, and I didn't have a social.
My name is Gantiana Hazizai. I'm actually a financial aid advisor at Brooklyn College. Well, the first step, you have to do your FAFSA at fafsa.ed.gov. Once you complete your FAFSA application, all the schools will retrieve the data, which usually takes about 7 days. Once we receive our data, if you're selected for verification, then we'll require more information from you and the parent if you're a dependent student. If you're an independent student, it will be only your information. And once we have that data, we will be able to see whether you're eligible for financial aid or not. In order to apply for FAFSA, they need a Social Security. So you have to be a resident or a citizen of the United States. If you don't have a Social Security, you won't be able to do your FAFSA. If you're an undocumented student and you have no social, or you're not a resident or a citizen of the United States, you won't be eligible for anything when it comes in terms of federal aid.
My name's Steve Lafredo, and I'm a documented student from Brooklyn College. It's a hard thing to judge because it's there's so many variables. I mean, yeah, anybody that's in the country, you want to make sure that they have all the same opportunities as everybody else, but then there's the issue of, where do you get the money from? Because it comes from somewhere, somebody's going to pay the taxes, and you have the question of how many undocumented students can you have, and does everybody need college? Are we sending them there for things that they're not going to do anyway? I mean, you're not going to send somebody to college if they're going to, if they don't have even the most rudimentary skills to work in another environment.
I don't think it's fair. I mean, I think anyone that lives in this country should have the same opportunity like that other person that have their document or that was born here to go to school. That shouldn't, I don't think you really should need to have your documents for you to be allowed to get accepted in the school, I think you should have the same choices those other kids have.
Of course you want the best for everybody in the world, you don't want anybody to have to suffer, you want people to have the best opportunity they can have. So there's going to be people that fall between the cracks, and it's very sad, and you hope that we could find a way to get people as educated as possible. Maybe, send them to trade schools or find other ways for people to make livings.
Before I got the job with Arizona, I did want to go back to school, get my 4-year degree, but ever since I started working for Arizona, I'm making all of this money, and I have friends that actually went to school, a 4-year school, and graduated. Some of them went to Columbia and got their masters and can't even get a good job. At the same time, I still want to, go and get that degree just to be on the safe side.
I mean, I'm sure if I was undocumented, you'd have the issues of how am I going to get a good job? How am I going to get the education I need to succeed in a competitive environment? I mean, those would just be the most pressing issues on my mind. But yeah, I think that's what really bugged me.
If I had the same choices and chances those guys had, I would have been working for some corporate office, probably with a suit and tie.